I show the adoption. Read the next amendment, please.
None on the desk, Mr. Speaker.
I show that bill roll over for third reading. Read the next bill. Point of order. Representative Thurston, you're recognized, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, at this point, pursuant to Article 3, Section 7, I move that the bill be read in full.
Article 3, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution requires that bills be read on 3 separate days unless waived by 2/3 vote. On each reading, it shall be read by title only unless 1/3 of the members present desire it read in full. And thankfully, the Speaker of the House is here.
We didn't know it was third, though.
What's that?
We didn't know it was third.
Okay. It's my understanding that there needs to be some clarity on the bills, and so we're going to read them in full to make sure that we understand exactly what's in them. So, I apologize, I don't know who made the motion. Okay, Representative Thurston has requested that Senate Bill
Committee substitute for Senate Bill 134.
Committee substitute for committee substitute, Senate Bill 134, be read in full. The Constitution requires that 1/3 of the members be present and agree to this request. I'll ask the clerk to unlock the board. The members who wish to have the Senate bill read in full shall vote yes. Members who do not wish to have the Senate bill read in full will vote no. Clerk will unlock the machine. The members will proceed to vote.
Oh, wait, what's 1/3?
Have all members voted? Have all members voted? Clerk will lock the machine and announce the vote.
44 members voting yea, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, members. We will be reading CS for Senate Bill 134 in full. President Shank, you're recognized for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move the TP the bill.
Show the bill TP'd. Read the next bill. Read the next bill.
By Senator
I'm sorry,
Thrasher.
Representative Thurston, for a point of order. Yes, sir.
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Article 3, Section 7, I move that the bill be read in full.
There's been a request that Senate Bill 342 be read in full. The Constitution requires, again, that 1/3 members of the present must agree on this request. Clerk will unlock the machine. The members will proceed to vote. Have all members voted? Have all members voted? Clerk will lock the machine and announce the vote.
44 yeas, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, show the bill will be read in full. Representative Shank, for what purpose?
Mr. Speaker, I move the TP the bill.
Show the bill TP'd. Read the next bill. Representative Thurston, you have a point.
Mr. Speaker, I move that pursuant to Article 3, Section 7, I move that the bill be read in full.
Okay, members, it's a request that the bill be read in full. I assume everybody's going to vote the same way they have the last 2 times. Let's go ahead and read the bill in full. CS for SB 1388. Yeah, members, we have an auto reader. We had it in the closet just in case we ever had to actually read the bills. So it may be a little bit fast. Everybody remember the Micro Machine commercials? It may be a little bit faster than normal, but you should be able to hear the bill and it will be read in full according to the Constitution.
The bill to be entitled an act relating to instructional materials for K-12 public education.
I'd ask the members to take their seats, please.
1006.28 FS. Revising the duties of a district school board with regard to instructional materials. Creating S1006.283 FS. Authorizing the district school board or a consortium of school districts to implement and Instructional Materials Program, requiring the district superintendent to certify to the Department of Education that instructional materials for core courses align with applicable state standards, requiring the district school board to adopt rules, authorizing the district school board to assess and collect fees from a publisher that participates in the instructional materials review process, requiring the fee amount to be posted on the school district's website and reported to the department, providing a limit on fees, providing for a stipend, reimbursement for travel expenses, and per diem for reviewers, requiring instructional materials that are approved by the district instructional materials reviewers to be aligned with applicable state standards, requiring each district school superintendent to annually certify that the instructional materials for core courses used by the district align with applicable state standards, providing pricing requirements for instructional materials, amending S 1006.31, FS, revising the procedure for evaluating instructional materials, amending S 1006.37, FS, revising the time period in which the superintendent must requisition instructional materials, providing that a district school board or a consortium of school districts which implements an instructional materials program is not required to requisition instructional materials from the publisher's depository, amending S 1006.38, FS, providing for the applicability, revising duties of publishers and manufacturers, amending S 1006.40, FS, revising the application for instructional materials, providing for applicability, amending S 1001.10, FS, revising the duties of the Commissioner of Education with regard to instructional materials, amending S 1011.62, FS, conforming provisions to changes made by the Act, providing an effective date. Be it enacted by the Legislature of the State of Florida, Section 1. Paragraph B of subsection 1, Section 1006.28, Florida statutes, is amended to read 1006.28 Duties of District School Board, District School Superintendent, and School Principal regarding K-12 instructional materials. 1. District School Board. The District School Board has the duty to provide adequate instructional materials for all students in accordance with the requirements of this part. The term adequate instructional materials means a sufficient number of student or side licenses or sets of materials that are available in bound, unbound, cut, or packaged form and may consist of hardback or softback textbooks, electronic content, consumables, learning laboratories, manipulatives, electronic media, and computer courseware or software that serve as the basis for instruction for each student in the core courses of mathematics, language arts, social studies, science, reading, and literature. The District School Board has the following specific duties. The instructional materials. Provide for proper requisitioning, distribution, accounting, storage, care, and use of all
Representative
instructional
Wood, I'd like you
materials
to take
and
your seat,
furnish
please.
such other
Representative Richardson, please
instructional
take your seat.
materials as may be needed. The District School Board shall ensure that instructional materials used in the district are consistent with the district goals and objectives and the course descriptions established in Rule of the State Board of Education, as well as with the state and district performance standards provided for in S 1001.031, Section 2. Section 1006.283, Florida statutes, is created to read 1006.283 District School Board Instructional Materials Review Process. 1 school board or consortium of school districts may implement an instructional materials program that includes the review, approval, adoption, and purchase of instructional materials. Beginning in the 2013 to 2014 school year, the district school superintendent shall certify to the department by March 31st of each year that all instructional materials for core courses used by the district are aligned with applicable state standards. Included in the certification shall be a list of the core instructional materials that will be used or purchased for use by the school district. 2. The school board shall adopt rules implementing the district's instructional materials program, which must include, but need not be limited to, A. Its review and purchase process, the identification of the review cycle for instructional materials, C. The duties and qualifications of the instructional materials reviewers, D. The requirements for an affidavit made by a district instructional materials reviewer which substantially includes the requirements of S 1006.30, E. Compliance with S 1006.32, relating to prohibited acts, F. The process that certifies the accuracy of instructional materials. G. The incorporation of applicable requirements of S. 1006.31, which relates to the duties of instructional material reviewers. H. The incorporation of applicable requirements of S. 1006.38, relating to the duties, responsibilities, and requirements of publishers of instructional materials.